This is a little video to show you how you can format your work to make it professional looking to hand in an assignment. So here I have a Word document here called Assignment 3 Final Word, and I have some elements of it that I took from a previous assignment, so you can see just here at the bottom, you'll see there's one of 7 pages. There's 1,801 words. And my dictionary is the English dictionary, right? Just to give you a bit of an idea. So 7 pages there, yeah. So I'm just going to show you, at the moment I've just, let's say, as you'd say, I have just written up the document. I haven't really processed it in any way. And what I'm going to do now is format it, then create a table of contents, and just make sure you've a few elements in as well. So this is where Microsoft Word does a lot of the work for you. It's very helpful. So you see here, introduction, then there's the learner record, then the skills demonstration evaluation. A few of these are topics. Maybe they're actually some of the questions on the assignments. You'll get the natural topic headings, let's say. So, and then there's one towards the end, conclusion. That's usually what you'd end with as well. So below that, then we have a bibliography. So that's all those references. Then we have appendices, which you might have as well. So I have 2 here, for example. So in order to create a table of contents, so you'd say here, insert. Let's see if I got this right now, of course. Maybe not so far. So let's start. So all of this is written in normal style. So you see on home, there's all these different styles here. So I'm going to make all these headings here called heading 1, introduction. Yeah, you see, gives it a particular format. Learner record, I'm going to make this heading 1. Yeah, I just click on it. So whatever the word is, whatever the sentence is, like this one here, I don't have to highlight the whole thing. I just highlight anywhere on the kind of the word or the expression, and I press heading 1 and it changes it to that. So they're all very consistent then. So you're not trying to remember, oh, it's size 3, it's this color and all the rest of it. Reflective journal. That's another one, heading 1. And there should be a conclusion down here. Conclusion. I'm going to make that a heading 1 as well. Bibliography. I'm going to make that a heading. And then I'm going to go on each of the appendices. I'm going to click on them and make them heading 1. You'll see why I'm doing this in a little minute. There's a second appendix, heading 1. You notice in the appendix, they don't say 1, 2. They do the old Latin word counting system. So that's appendix 2 there, appendix 1. So then if I want to insert a table of contents, obviously it's at the start. So I am going to check if it's in insert. That's usually where these things are. Oh, no such luck. Maybe it's design. Not in design. It could be in layout. References. Aha. So it's in references. So it's home, or it's in references. Table of contents. And you see here there's different styles, but you can see what it's saying is heading 1 will be included heading 2, heading 3, etc. Right? So I'm just going to take perhaps the simple side. So simple style there. So the first one. You know, don't you could get customize your own table of contents, but there's no need to. It does all the work for you. So you can see there all the headings that I made, heading 1, right? Called Introduction, Learner Record, Skills Demo, Reflective Journey, Conclusion, and the appendices. Bibliography is missing now. We'll have a look at that. They've all got a heading 1, yeah? So I'll just go to bibliography or that piece at the end and see why isn't that appearing. And I'm going to go down here. Oops, here we are. Bibliography. If I make that now heading 1, it'll appear. So again, so when you click on, so if I click anywhere in this section here and I say update the entire table, now it includes bibliography. So if I had made, let's say if there was another little element here that I wanted to call it a heading, let's say. So just to show you, it gives you the name of what the heading is and tells you the page what it is. So the introduction there. Usually you'd keep that to the one page on its own. So after an introduction, you might insert page break. Moves this next section onto the following page, right? So at the moment, this is saying introduction is on page 1, learner record is on page 1 also. So if I say update it, now it's moving things on to learner record is on. Actually, if I change learner record to a different heading type, let's say normal, it won't appear on my table contents. Yeah. So I'll just show you that. So I've changed it to normal in the font style there. If I update this, that was the learner record, it'll get rid of it. So you see there? So it only picks up the headings. That's why you use these headings. Yeah. Because they will be picked up properly in the table of contents. Yeah. And then that's the page number there. So I'm going to change this. Learner record, going to make it heading 1. You don't have to, and then you can just keep updating it at the end. Yeah. So also, if you've got a table, you try and make sure the table is complete in one page. You don't want half this table on the other page. You will put something like this, table 1, underneath any table to say what the table 1 is. So documents, my learning records during this course, for example. This is a picture here that I took from the internet. And again, this is figure 1. So whatever the kind of format I have on this, I should use that same format on the table 1 comment as well, yeah? So it's, yeah. And it's 9, isn't it? And it was blue, I think. So it's more consistent, yeah. Reflective journal. I'll come down here to conclusion. I'm going to make sure that is on a separate page. Well, it is actually, which is fine. Bibliography will start on its own page, and any appendix, even if it doesn't take up a full page, you just give it a page per appendix. Yeah. So that's how you do a table of contents. The other thing, and also introduction. So after my table of contents, I'm going to insert page break. Yeah, because I'm going to move it on to. So this again will have to be updated. So update this, these will all change. Update the entire table, yeah. The other thing you have to make sure is sometimes people, and your course director might tell you this, they'll tell you the spacing. So in this case, a lot of people would like a spacing of 2 or something like that. Now, if you do the normal, it has spacing, regular spacing. So that works out well, yeah. So it's rather than, this is what it's like without being spaced out. It's very concise. It's kind of too difficult to read. So if you just do the normal, it does a very good spacing format for you. Yeah, so I'm going to do the normal. So again, I'm going to collect all the, we'll just do normal. You can see I've made some spelling mistakes, so I'm just going to, let's see if this will work if I just highlight it all. If I highlight it all and do normal, one thing that's going to be missing is my headings. So I'll have to go back up and change. So we have got introduction, yeah. Learner record, nicely spaced out. I'm going to do spell check. Reflective journal. I'm going to change that now to heading 1 to make sure it's picked up in the table of contents. Conclusion. I'm going to make sure that's heading 1 to be picked up. So it's fine. I'm going to update my table of contents again. Just keep updating it just to make sure it gets correct. Yeah. So that's the main thing for formatting. And I'm going to get you to do that as an exercise. Okay. Another piece that we're going to do as well is we can insert like a cover page. So you see here, home, insert, cover page. And it might be something, and sometimes they're quite, how would you say, relevant cover pages. Sometimes they're just bland and generic. Sometimes, you know, it might be something to do with a train station motion or something like that. Sometimes it might be to do with something, you know, they might have an appropriate page. So you just pick something that's fairly, okay, maybe this one here. So you see there, page 2 is contents and all the rest of it. And they've changed this here now. So you give it, you put in the date. So maybe today's date, which is the 6th of November 2022. Trading Needles Analysis. I might give it a subtitle. I could say assignment 1, yeah, for example. Anything else there? Company name, that's not relevant. I don't have a company. So I could just delete that if I didn't like it. Leave my name there. Yeah. You see my name is here at the bottom as well. That's included also. I'm going to keep updating this in case it's changed. No. See now, it's naturally that template or the cover pages put my name there and the page number as well. You should also always put page numbers. So that's a little exercise I want you to do for the class. And obviously you do a spell check. So you go to references and you go to spell check. Or review, sorry, and spell check. So learner, I'm going to change that to learner. However, change it. So you need to know anti-discrimination laws and take these into consideration. I might ignore that. I like the way I've written it. Okay. And then you save it. Okay. So that's the exercise I want you to do.